Hey Bachelor Nation, we're finally at the end of season 25, and by this point, you're either super excited for Matt to pick the woman that you like the most, or you're so sick of the drama and you just want him to pick someone already and be done with it. Either way, the final rose is going to be full of drama, tears, and of course, twists. So if you don't want to hear of any potential spoilers, please stop watching this video now. But come on, you know you want to keep watching. Alright, let's get into it. Let's break down the preview trailer. We know from previous seasons that during the finale, the producers have a particular lineup of events that will take place. Usually, that means the final two women will each get their time to meet Matt's mom, Patty, and his brother, John, and then each will get one final date before Matt has to make his final decision. So in the preview, we see exactly that taking place. Both Rachael and Michelle meet Matt's mom and brother. It looks like both meetings go well. Michelle seems to get her visit first, and after meeting Matt's family, they go on their date. Michelle seems to hit it off with Matt's mom, and they hug. Later, on her date with Matt, they look all happy and kissy, and it seems like overall both the meeting and the date go well. Then we see Rachael meet Matt's family, but the editing here seems to show some uncertainty. You see Patty telling Matt that love isn't enough, and then we see Matt crying. He doesn't seem to be crying like he's nervous, but more because he's upset for hurting someone. And then we see a clip of Michelle looking super upset and asking where his head is at. So it seems like from the trailer that Matt is either telling Michelle that he isn't sure about her, or he breaks things off completely. Back to Rachael, she's shown as being upset, sitting alone in her hotel room, and we don't see any footage of her final date with Matt. So it appears Matt cancels their date and Rachael doesn't know why. Based on how past seasons have gone, here is my prediction based off just the trailer. If Matt has indicated to Michelle that he isn't sure about her, this likely means he sends her home. Yes, we've all seen past bachelors cry and struggle with their decision, but these shots of Michelle looking devastated indicate to us that Matt has really hurt her. So I'm predicting Michelle doesn't get his final rose, and it turns out from the Bachelor camp, I'm right. There have been so many leaks from this season that we already know what's going to happen at the final rose. So here's what actually goes down and what we will see on TV. Matt sends Michelle home on the same night as their date. He says he loves Michelle, but isn't in love with her. Don't you just hate it when guys say that? Anyways, Michelle asks if it's because of Rachael, and he confirms it. The next day is supposed to be Rachel's final date, but Matt ends up canceling it. He's not in a good place with the breakup with Michelle and meeting his dad. Side note, way to use his troubled relationship with his father for ratings, guys. Anyways, that's why we see Rachael crying, because she was getting ready for their date and was told by Chris Harrison that their date was canceled. The next day, Rachael gets a letter from Matt apologizing for canceling their date and asks her to meet him by the lake where they had their overnight date. Rachael shows up, and the place is set up like a final rose ceremony. Rachael tells Matt how much he hurt her, but she's not going to leave him because she's in love with him. Matt tells her that he can't propose to her, but he loves her and can't picture his life without her. She accepts the final rose and his promise to continue dating after the show. We hear they were dating post-show, but that they broke up around Valentine's Day weekend. And to be honest, we're not surprised. We always got a sense Matt wasn't really ready to get married like now. We just never got that vibe. Sure, he's a great catch, and he seems like a total sweetie, but we just didn't feel like he had enough of a connection with any of the women to picture a proposal. We're glad Matt didn't just propose for the sake of it, but instead committed to dating after the show. We always say this, most bachelor couples split up by the time we see the finale air because they realize they don't work once out in the real world. Dating on the show is not like dating in real life. Now they actually have to figure out what their real lives are with their jobs, money, families, lifestyle, and so forth. It's just the two of them instead of all their attention and focus being split while being on the show with all the other contestants. Plus, most of these couples don't live in the same state or even close by, so location can be tough. There's a lot of factors that are going against a new bachelor couple. And then you throw in a racist scandal, and we just didn't feel like Matt and Rachael had enough of a bond to make it through. We also knew Matt had been spotted hanging out with Heather Martin post the show, and if he was back with Rachael or Michelle, he wouldn't be doing that. To hear why we think Matt and Heather are totally together now, click here. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel and let us know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this season of The Bachelor. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in our next video.